We are continuing on chapter 5, dealing with prescription. And we're finishing with this particular statement here. Always ensuring the accuracy and safety of the prescription by incorporating quality control checks in every step in the process. And of course, the steps in the process we talked about, and those are important in making sure that that the patient gets the medicine that it needs. Again, as a quick review, the prescription is ordered by the prescriber. The prescription arrives at the pharmacy. Patient and prescriber information is gathered. The prescription data is entered into the computer system. Number 5, insurance and billing information is prescribed. The label is generated. The prescription is prepared. The pharmacist checks the prescription. The patient receives the prescription, and if necessary, the pharmacist will provide counseling. Please be familiar with those steps. Let's take a look at the label. We talked about this before. I noticed that there's a lot of repetition in our in this presentation. Again, you should be familiar with the different parts of a label. So the date dispensed is located here. The initial of the person who keyed the information to the computer. This could be the pharmacist or the pharmacy technician. The refill information, the person who prescribed the medication, expiration date of the medication, maybe 1 year from the fill date, or what is ever prescribed for that particular medication, the name, quantity, strength, manufacturer, dosage, form of the medication is located right here. Here is Benicar 20 milligram tab by the pharmaceutical company called Sankyo. Direction for use: clear, accurate, vigorous. Take 1 tablet by mouth once daily. The name of the patient, the prescription or the transaction number. This is generated by the pharmacist. The name of the pharmacist. So again, something that's very important in a pharmacy technician should be able to read the label. Okay, there are different type of rules that are associated with the writing of direction for use, and it comes with something that's of action. Action verb: take, instill, inhale, insert, apply. For example, take this pill, instill this particular device, inhale this device, insert this suppository, apply this topical cream. Right? And then it moves very quickly to indicate the route of abbreviation. You apply it to an affected area. You take 1 tablet by mouth, you insert, for example, a suppository rectally. You place 1 tablet under the tongue. So it starts with a verb, an action verb, indicate the route of administration, and then it's very important never to use abbreviations. Again, abbreviations are for the pharmacy technician, the pharmacist, health professionals, but for the average individuals, you want to spell out everything. Again, if we look at this particular label here, it says take 1 tablet by mouth once daily. Everything is spelled out. Okay, and then familiar words that people are familiar with. Tablespoon or 5 milliliters. So the rules when writing direction for use start with a verb, an action verb, indicate the route of administration associated with the action verb. Never use abbreviation, and then familiar words that the customer, the patient, will know. Certain things that are also placed with many labels. Not only do you see the written word, but you may see pictures, and that's very important. People are at different educational levels, they have different understanding, and so pictures are used to reinforce what the words are saying. So some of the things that you may see is some type of food, take with food, may cause drowsiness. Do not drink alcohol when taking this medication. Do not take aspirin or aspirin-containing products without consulting a physician. Take medication on the anti-summers, the X over the food. The drug may impair your ability to drive or operate machinery, only for external use. Avoid prolonged exposure to sunlight while taking this medication. And then we have talked about the different type of controlled substances labeling. Caution federal law prohibits the transfer of this drug to any person other than the patient for whom it was prescribed. Okay. Another thing that you may find are institutional labels. So unit dose packages is widely used in institutional pharmacies, such as those that are associated with a hospital or nursing home, hospice, long-term care, so on and so forth. Other rules for institutional pharmacy prescriptions labels vary by institutions. There are certain things that all of them contain, such as the name, strength, manufacturer, lot number, expiration date, and dosage form of the medication. Okay, and so yes, institutions may have their own specific labels, but there are certain things that are found on them. Again, name, strength, manufacturer, lot number, expiration date, and the dosage form of that particular medication. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that are associated with going from a prescription to a label. Okay, let's take this particular prescription, and what I'm going to do is go back and forth so that you can see the similarities and how it's transferred from the prescription to the label. So here's the name of the doctor, Alice Chan, and that's located here. Here is the name of the address for the doctor. You don't really see that on the label. Here you have the telephone number of the physician. Again, not on the prescription because it's the pharmacy that is prescribing this particular that is labeling it. The DEA number of the physician and the NPI number. Okay, the date of which the prescription was made. Okay, it was filled on the same date. So this can be different. The patient prescribed and then may come in the next day with the prescription. Who is going to? Located right here. The address of the person, not on this label. Here is the dosage. Notice it has a lot of abbreviation, and this is for the pharmacist. Notice that it does not have any abbreviation. Here is Cigna. Okay, what's to be given? Notice you have the dots. The dots are on top of the I, meaning to, tab, by mouth. Everything is spelled out on the label, and it's supposed to be given with the evening meal. Okay, number 60. The 60 tabs that are given here. Right, the number of refill that's located here, and this is to dispense as written. That means that there's no generic that is supposed to be given for this particular drug. It's supposed to be given as the doctor has prescribed, right? And so here it has the time in which the prescription was given. So you should be able to know the similarities and difference between a prescription and how that's translated to a label. Sometimes what you will find is a institution are different type of forms that may be what's called medication orders. So these are various formats used for medication orders in institutional settings. Some common aspects of medication orders will have the same thing that you will find on a particular prescription or label, such as patient identification information, patient allergy information, patient location, room and bed number, multiple orders that are given on one sheet, date and time are indicated with most recent entry listed. Orders are often read from the bottom up, so that it's read the most recent information first. And orders may also include requests for lab work, physical therapy, drug items stocked in a nursing station. Right, so it's a little bit more detail than what you will see within a pharmacy, and definitely what is given to a patient. Finally, we are going to touch upon the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. And basically, for the past 5 chapters, we've been mentioning HIPAA, because this is very, very important. Why? Because we want to ensure the privacy of individuals as they engage the health system, and that is called protected health information. That law ensures that occur. Provide individual rights regarding the protected health information. Provide security for electronic physical exchange, and also oral presentations of the physician's health information. And then provide for the continuance of health insurance coverage for workers who live their jobs. Okay. So here, accountability, and then portability, that you can actually transfer your health insurance even though you may not be employed. That's something that was supposedly guaranteed in 1996, and is very, very important. Okay, so what is protected health information? Well, protected health information is any personal information that could be used to identify an individual or their health history. Okay, this includes their name, address, telephone number, email address. It could be diagnosis, could be records, and prescription drug history. It could be Social Security, insurance numbers, different type of identifying numbers that may indicate who this person is. Credit card numbers also. Birth date, when that person came into this particular health facility, when they were discharged or died, and even payment records. So those are health information that can be only worked with in a confidential manner between health professions that are dealing and working with that particular patient. Okay, so we are at the end, and so that concludes the presentation for Chapter 5, prescriptions.